Hello, everybody. Sedrik and Sidra here, CRWC, and we will be reviewing today All Elite Wrestling's Ring of Honor event. And, wow. Look, overall, not a fan of this show. Not a fan of this show today.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that.
The highlights of the show we'll get to. One was a promo. We don't really cover promos too much unless it's something epic. So promo and honestly, a nice little ongoing thing that happened during the show. So this is taking place also in Greensboro, North Carolina, because, you know, it has to. It's a damn shame that Tony Khan couldn't at least say, you know what? This is pretty much the mecca of wrestling in this building. You know, we need to present. We need to come here to do business. No, it's almost like, let's just put on a bunch of what others would call throwaway matches. Almost every match was like, what's the point?
Yeah.
And we're going to, look, hear us out, please. Hear us out. We're going to get into this. There's some good things, some not so good things. So, Gringo Loco versus Gravity. Skipped it, but Gravity won with the bullet splash from the top rope. I am not liking Gravity. I wish he would change that name. I really do. I wish he would stop the gimmick. It's a beginner's gimmick for a company that nobody will see, but you can get a lot of training and experience and move on to something bigger. That's the idea for something of a name like this. You know, Gringo Loco, I get it. And it's working for him.
Yeah.
He should have won.
He should have.
He should have won. Gravity should have went home. Next, we get a Pure Rules match. This was good.
This was real good.
This should have been the main event.
Good.
Very scarce notes, but the match was really good. It's Silas Young versus Josh Woods.
Who used to be a tag team back in the day.
And became rivals. Did great. Woods came up. We already went over that before. So the first rope break is by Woods via a drop toe hold by Silas, who was like, you know I'm crafty, right? You know I got you, right? Woods, he's being the clear heel in this. I mean, he's doing good. I mean, he got the handshake fake and he's mushing his head with his foot. The crowd boos him. The crowd is angry.
And honestly, this is what Silas wanted out of him back in the day when they were tag team partners.
And Silas was nodding and clapping with the bad antics.
Yes.
It was like, good job, good job. You know, that's what Silas was basically saying. And they do a nice and extremely rarely seen standing arm lock exchange. Mm-hmm. Normally you see the arm, what's it called? The standing twisting wrist lock or full arm dragon twist, as it used to be said back in old WWF days. But this was different. This is more like the side arm lock tie up, and it was kind of smacking each other's arm, almost like a magic trick. I thought it looked cool. I was really into that. Mm-hmm. The crowd was into it a little bit. You could see them kind of in wonder.
Yeah. Never seen them before, probably.
Yeah. But then, you know, and because of this, Woods, he starts working the arm, doing well. He leaped through the ropes, yanking the arm through it.
Yeah, it was nasty.
It was real nasty. The crowd is silent at during this match at points because they are really watching this match. There's a difference. Just because the crowd ain't screaming and bouncing off the seats doesn't mean that they're not heavily into a match. This crowd was scientifically into this match.
They were engaged.
Lots of heat was built on Young, who eventually makes a very technical comeback with pin attempts and stuff. And the crowd was wowed by it. The crowd came up for his comebacks. You know, the up and over with the twisted to the sit out Rana hold and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Silas was doing great. And then he was out wrestling Woods, and then all of a sudden, Silas gets punched square in the face, closed fist. It wasn't a wrestling punch, it was a fist. It was good.
Right in the face.
This gets a single warning, another is a disqualification, and the crowd was pissed off.
Yep.
They were
mad.
This is the heat that you want. This is opening crowd heat. You build on this. Woods needs to build on this.
And hopefully he will.
He don't need to jaw jack the crowd. Don't, if anyone hears this that can get in contact with Josh Woods, do not jaw jack the crowd. Show your villainy in the ring. Just do bad stuff. They will hate you.
Yep.
Build on this. That's what you do.
And for all that is holy, don't go sniveling.
Don't do that. Don't be a sniveling
Don't
heel.
be running and fleeing and all that.
Own that ring. Own it. They come in and attack you. Own that ring. You beat that. No one knows how to build a dominant wrestler. It's not hard, to be honest with you. You just need the right guy and then a decent booker. Yeah. So the crowd's angry, and then Woods, he hits this was brutal. A running, spinning corner brainbuster, and he got the win for that. Yeah. But that was after the punch.
After the punch.
The crowd is very upset, and that's what he needs. These are my notes. He named it, as I think Ian said it, Twister Woods.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm like,
weird.
I wrote not really a good name, but maybe it'll turn into something over time.
Maybe it's a work in progress.
Maybe we'll see. And
well, maybe we heard it wrong. Maybe they said it wrong.
Maybe Silas, I think, he called it the Anarchy Suplex or something like that.
I think so, something like that.
So you can call it an adoption move.
He did it well, and he got the pin.
So next we get a proving ground match.
So hold up, I have to acknowledge
what
looks like Josh Woods is not missing glute day.
Oh, building up his booty?
Yeah, his booty's looking good. It's not big, but it's got a nice shape to it.
For some reason, Sidra thinks the better your booty, the better you are as a wrestler.
No,
I don't know why you
nothing to do with that.
Yeah, that's what it is. Let's move on.
It's got nothing to do with that. It's just eye candy. There you go. I don't want to see a bunch of flat butts running around. Enough of that.
Here you go.
Some booty every now and then.
You can't do nothing with it. So what you worried about?
I just said eye candy.
Mm-hmm. So next we get a proving grounds match talking about eye candy. Look, don't be throwing stuff. See? That's why you got blocked. See? So, what the? You can't throw. And I hit the mic. You threw two? Okay, so this is Athena versus waving it in my face. Athena versus Brittany J. The fans love Athena despite her vile tactics.
Yeah, despite her villainy.
Hey, look, that 5-star match, and I mean, I know the star ratings are phony, but when it's honestly done, honestly spoken of, that's when you can say, okay, that was a legit 5-star match. That's what that was, and the fans they appreciate her work. They see who she is and what she can do, and they love her for it.
I think it sucks. Is anybody out there that you know of watching this and reviewing it?
What, Ring of Honor?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Why?
Because it's just...
I don't even think Arcadian Vanguard reviews Ring of Honor. If it's not on prime time and not on some syndicated television station, then people think that it's meaningless. So, it's an elitist mindset.
Very much
and
so.
It's really that what hurts the business a lot. Like Jim Cornette, Brian Last, they got hundreds of thousands of viewers and get millions of views a month, and they can control which companies get eyes on their prize. But they rather stick to the top two that they don't like.
Yeah.
Instead of just, hey, let's check this out and review it and whatnot. But...
we digress.
Yeah. So, the fans love Athena. And Brittany J, she shows up Athena for a little bit and then delivers an elbow strike. And when she hit Athena, I was like, when she hit, not only, I'm like, ooh, you can hear the crowd like, ooh. And I was like, yep. And that activated the evil side.
It sure did.
Athena went out and dragged her off the apron. I mean, grabbed her by her foot and drug her like nonchalantly off the apron. It looked mean.
Yes.
Grabbed her, threw her into the railing, got her in the ring a little bit, a few hits and stuff, got a pop-up power bomb, elbow strike, knocked out for the pin.
Ain't even like an elbow strike, just like a straight punch.
Yeah, it's like she kissed her fist, but see all the flinging hair and the camera angle. It's you only see the back view. It looked like she should have punched her right in her face, but she's been using the elbow strike more, so that's why I went with that. But you couldn't see. The camera was behind Brittany J.
Yeah.
Not Brittany, Brittany. It's N-A-Y, Brittany J. So after that, the Renegade Twins, they come in and attack Athena. Well, they're not twins, but I mean, it's good enough. And then Billy Starks come in to save the day. The twins bail. Athena leaves Billy in the ring.
Billy's like, what's your problem?
Yeah. Billy's cute. I'm gonna give it. I love how her hair doesn't look like hard straw.
Yeah,
so that's good.
She Pantene Pro V.
So then we get a tag match: the Boys versus Samoa Joe and Stokely Hathaway. Stokely introduces Joe, which is nice to an extent. I wish he'd shut up at this point. He's like, you could tell after the first few words he ran out of anything to say. The Boys try to gang up on Joe. Joe kind of puts him down, makes a tag. Hathaway, he did a little bit of work in the ring. The crowd was really impressed by it, and then that he killed that quickly. And then Joe, he gets in the ring, he takes over, and he holds one of the boys up because Stokely wants to jump off the top rope. Stokely dives, and Joe does his walk away like nobody's ever been there.
Walks away while holding one of the boys.
Stokely hits, splats, knocked out.
Doesn't move, doesn't bounce, just splat. Like a bug on the windshield.
Joe applies the choke, wins the match. Stokely remains unconscious. Look, we all came to see Joe.
Yeah.
We saw Joe. We're happy. Joe didn't want to, he's a heel. He didn't want to give anything to the fans, but he was like, you know what? I'll slap some hands.
Yeah.
Joe's presence. Joe isn't necessarily all that tall. But you look at him in his presence, he looked like a monster. I'm like, that dude, that's what you call it factor. Next we got Madison Rayne versus Danny Moe. And they announced her at first, not for the ring, but the upcoming match. And I swear they said Dynamo.
It's Dynamo. Like, okay.
It was, a great ovation for Madison. It was a good match. Didn't last too long.
Yeah.
Madison gave up a little offense to help Danny show her skill, which was good. Then Madison wins with what she calls cross rain. The rolling net breaker, crossroads and whatnot, or Blade Runner. Madison, she came out, she's like a teenager. I don't know where the years went. Huh?
Had that hat on backwards.
She was cute. She was adorable. She's gained weight. She's filled out. She looks 10 times better now than she did when we first saw her in TNA.
So long ago.
But she was tired after that match. You could see it, the way she walked and carried herself. She was like, whoo, I want to do this every day.
Yeah, they said it was her first match back.
Madison is so technical. I mean, she needs to work on fighting. She's so technical it doesn't look right. So she needs to work on that. And someone can easily say, well, you're just some Joe Schmo up here. Who are you to, critique or give advice to a professional? Okay. To answer that, who am I? I'm Sedrik Kennedy. I'm the one talking. I'm the one, like you, that watches professional wrestling. I watch it with somewhat of a critical eye, but I try to be as much of a mark as I can be. I want to believe in it. I want to believe that these people are actually trying to hurt each other at points. That's what I want. I want to outright enjoy it. So when something looks too bad and I notice it, that means it looks real bad to someone that's been in the business for 30 or 40 years that know exactly what they're talking about. So if I'm calling it out, imagine how they would call it out. That's who I am. So, hello. Now, we get Dark Order versus Isaiah Bronner, Lord Crew, and Corey Calhoun. Dark Order wins. That match made me want to not watch Ring of Honor. That was a nasty, grotesque match. Pissed me off on various levels. And I moved on. Next. Now, I'm not going to go into why. I'm not, because my statement, I thought about it when I was watching it. My exact thoughts were, if I bring it up, my critiques of it will be so accurate and non-controversial in their accuracy that it will hurt the brains of everybody else. And they will find the stupidest parts of them to argue against it. So that's why I'm not bringing it up.
Understood.
So, next we get Cole Carter versus Griff Garrison. Griff eventually lands the elbow he was trying to get. So instead of pinning, he celebrates at the ropes like an idiot.
Yep.
Griff tries something else and gets countered with an irate. Cole messes up a few things and then gets his DDT finish for the win. After the match, Cole leaves with Maria Bennett. So, and they always say her whole name like she's a serial killer.
I believe it's Cornelis Bennett is hyphenated. That's why.
Yeah. So, next we get Charlotte Renegade versus Billy Starks. And I'm like, what's going to happen with Athena? You know, how's this going to work? This was good.
It was a good match.
It was a good back and forth match. Both giving up some offense. Robin, she cheats a lot for her tag partner. But Billy eventually get the De Beers special for the win. It was good. I don't like that they hit some serious, big, legit finishes during that didn't get the win. But, I mean, there was a delay because Robin hit that Michinoku driver, which is almost the body slam in Ring of Honor now.
You mean Charlotte?
Charlotte. Yeah, my bad. Charlotte. Who did I say?
Robin.
Okay. Charlotte, she, well, they're twins. They look alike. Wear the same clothes. Exactly. You can't tell them apart. She hit a Michinoku driver too. She pulled the leg back. She was leaning back and she was really liking how she did that because she pinned with authority.
Yeah.
But it lasted for so long. It makes sense for Billy to be able to kick out after a little bit. I get it. It's okay. So that's not one of those situations of don't use it if you're not going to win with it. But
as soon as Charlotte gets pinned by Billy, Robin lights into the ring and starts whooping Billy's butt.
She damn near teleported into the ring. It was just like, and she just got in there.
Like somebody let her off the leash, man.
She came to do business. And that was a good fight. That was a good fight. Cause she was beating her down. And Athena, she runs in to help. They fight. The not so bad guys clear the ring. Billy and Athena square up near the corner, and then they do double dives on the Renegades. Athena gives Billy a shove of approval with a smile. It was like this slapping shove on the chest
while she was grinning like a loon. They
get back into the ring and square up, like we about to do some fighting and stuff. And Billy's like,
I don't want to do this.
Yeah, I don't want to do this. Athena walks up on her, and fakes a handshake. And the crowd's like, oh, come on. It won't even booze. It was more like, come on. And then Athena yells, come on, minion, let's go.
And leaves the ring. And Billy's looking like, what?
Yep. Billy follows Athena up the ramp. And I'm like, where is this going? So, just to further, because I didn't want to write it down or nothing, but later on, during a promo, Billy is talking to whatever her name is, Lexi, and Athena comes in, and Billy's like, "We're gonna have a tag match," and Athena's like, "You don't do none of that. I make the matches. I'm the champion."
Ask Lexi.
Yeah, ask Lexi. And Lexi's like, "Well, what Athena wants, she gets. It's kind of cool like that." And she's like, "Yeah." And then Athena gave her this weird long minion number,
400,000 something and a quarter.
Yep. And she's like, "Ain't that good?" and stuff. So she leaves, and Billy is super cute. She stumps her foot. "Why am I a minion?"
Mm-hmm.
And she leaves. I'm like, okay, absolutely adorable. I want to see where this goes. I really do, because Athena is being forced by the crowd to be a babyface.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to be the insane babyface. You know that's going to happen. So that's going to be good.
Oh, another thing, during Athena's match, she went after Riccaboni screaming, "Where's my rap? Where's my rap?"
I forgot all about it. I didn't write that down.
Caprice was like, "You better write a rap for that woman." Because every time Willow comes out, Riccaboni starts rapping.
I thought it was Cole. I thought it was Coleman.
They both do it.
Yeah, they do.
But like the last time, I think they wrestled. I don't think Caprice was with him. It was Nigel and Riccaboni, and I think Riccaboni rapped by himself.
Yeah, it was on Collision, I think.
She wants her rap. This is the second show she yelled this. She
gonna get it. She was all up on Ian.
He had to cower.
Yeah.
Caprice was like, "She's gone now. You can get up."
Next we get trios match: Lee Moriarty and the Workhorsemen versus Darius Martin, Action Andretti, and Lee Johnson. So Andretti pins Henry with a laid out trapped leg O'Connor roll. It was a goof up that they worked with, and it looked good. It was a couple of goofs up and they just made it work. But I'm like, Lee Moriarty's out here with them. I want to see him tagged up with Big Bill.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Big Bill wrestle.
They pull Bill from him.
I'm like,
we should
get something good and just take it away. We should have known it was
going to happen because we started liking it. We should have known they were going to do that.
I love those two. Man, Tony Khan. Whoo. Okay. So, Trish Adora versus Lady Frost. This match had a ton of hiccups. Lady Frost, at least she threw it back though. She was throwing her booty back. But Frost won with the Sky Twister press.
It was gorgeous.
Yes, Chaparita Asai would be very proud of her. But like I said, it was not a good match, but they'll get better with more meetings because it was very cumbersome like the whole time.
Yeah,
it was not good, but they'll get better, I think. Let's see, we got Layla Hirsch versus Rachel Ellering because Layla Hirsch got to prove herself to Maria, even though she's been running through everyone. Maria's like, "We'll give you some competition, Rachel Ellering," and I'm like, "You mean the noob that's gonna lose?"
Yeah,
that's literally what Ellering is right now. She's an enhancement wrestler.
I'm trying to hang on for whatever they got Maria doing, but it's getting dumb.
But Maria opened up. She was saying that, it's not about, power isn't about who's in charge, but how you can influence. And she talked about how she's hurt herself, gave herself to the business, but the business keep asking for more. She needs to build an army. It kind of didn't really tie in with itself.
No,
but
it didn't.
I mean, they're trying to work with something. Just think about how the booking is and their promos. They're trying to promote for something that could be long lasting and good, but the booking is like, no, we're not doing any of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just sucks. It's sort of like, it's no different than press conferences where somebody comes out and addresses everything at the time about President Trump, and then Trump goes out there and does the absolute opposite. And it's like, well, I'm trying to say you're doing these good things, but you're going out and doing the opposite. What in the world? Trump's like, just keep lying and they'll keep believing, even though the others can disprove it. Just keep lying. It's like, all right. So these guys got to go out and keep doing promos, and the bookers got to be like, yeah, but we're not going to do anything about that. And they're like, well, we're going to give promos to push this thing. They're like, yep, keep pushing something that's not happening. So,
exactly.
This is terrible like this. So it's a competitive match. Layla Hirsch and Rachel Ellering. Layla did the up and over in the corner, apply the sleeper. Ellering walks away from the corner instead of grabbing either rope or just leaning into the turnbuckle to get a break. I'm like, you right there, just grab the ropes. Why you go turn around and walk away? That's literally like being on fire and someone gets the water hose and you be like, nah, bruh. I'm just going to burn up.
I guess it's a method.
I'm going to stop, drop, and roll over here. I don't need nothing wet. What you going to roll on? I don't know, these dark coals over here. Let's see what happens. Because that's what it was. So Ellering, she hit a nice spinning bossman slam for a 2 count. Then they turned that into a crucifix hold. Escaped that and then wiggled their way into an armbar. Ellering taps out. Next, we got Peter Avalon versus Dalton Castle. Dalton is a verbal whirlwind. I like it. He needs to work with a little bit more because it's great and they're not letting him show his greatness. But Peter comes to the ring with his old gimmick with short hair instead of coming to do business.
Because last time we saw him, he was out there and he had a mug on. He was ready to do business. He got in the ring. He wrestled different. He was hard hitting. It was enjoyable. Now he's back to pretty Peter Avalon.
With no hair.
With no hair. So, I mean, the cut's cool, but it's...
yeah. So they're in the ring. Peter's trying to do his thing. And Castle, it's like he just loses his mind. Like, I'm going to just spin around and grab these ropes instead of knocking you out. And he shouts, "You wiggle your hips at me one more time, I'm going to rip your face off." And the crowd was like, oh, snap.
Because that's what he did. He wiggled his hips at him.
Yep. But
and Dalton wasn't having it.
Yeah, the crowd, it was like, oh, the crowd got that silence like somebody's finna get destroyed. Mm-hmm. Like, uh-oh, parents done pulled the belt out. Yeah. Who's gonna die? You know? But Castle, he won with the Bangarang. That would have been a good main event too.
Displaying his suplexing ability quite easily.
Look, hold up. Dalton Castle, in this match, this dude, he threw Peter around. It's as if he didn't even pick Peter up. It's like Peter just levitated and Castle just threw him backwards. It was just like he weighed nothing.
It was so smooth.
Dalton is a beautiful suplex.
It looked effortless.
Yes. Scott Steiner would be proud of him, I would think, anyway. No, because Dalton, he's flamboyant. Yeah. The big bad booty daddy ain't getting nothing done about no peacock.
Yeah.
But after the match, Dalton goes to a fan. I was wondering what was gonna happen.
I know.
And he gently takes a hold. He put his hand on his shoulders.
On his shoulders.
And then just stared at him. And then he did something with his hand and walked off. I was like, the dude was staring like, literally, we're having a moment.
Yeah.
you can see it.
What's about to happen?
Yeah. Like, he was in the thralls. And then Dalton's like, he does his in-camera promos. Like, this, you got to come here live. You want to see Dalton Castle and all this, which was good.
Yeah.
That's advertisement. Chef's kiss. Perfect. Great job. Then we get to Shane Taylor on the promo. Shane Taylor showed up.
Yeah.
He talked about dominant television champion. He talked about dominant 6-man tag team, not trio, 6-man tag team champion. He talked about, Shane Taylor Promotions being dominant. Talking about being the baddest man in that locker room. Talking about how right now, going against Samoa Joe, that match is made. And how, everyone wants to see it. And then the pros, they're talking about it. And he's like, Joe, I'm not going to come there. I'm not trying to pin you. I'm not trying to submit you. I'm going to beat you down. I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to put you to sleep. And he's like, y'all going to remember I'm Shane T. Boy. And I'm just sitting here like, man, I'm feeling it. Mm-hmm. I was like, that dude right there, that dude raw right there. I had goosebumps after that,
I have to mention, the greatness of Shane's promo is in direct contrast to Claudio's promo. I think Claudio spoke for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And he was intense the whole time. But it was the longest, most meandering promo I think I've ever heard in my life. I didn't know where the hell it was going.
I'm still here. Y'all say I don't take it serious, but I'm serious. I'm watching. I'm training. I'm doing all this. And, you know, I take this serious. I'm going to defend this belt. And I'm like, man, Tony Khan don't even know you got that belt.
When I won it the first time, and then I lost, then I won it the second time, and then I didn't care. But I do care because I do this. It's just a job. It's my job. It's a great job. I'm going to do my... It's like, what the hell?
What he did was he went through the whole history of what happened, how it happened, how he feels about things and all this. And yeah, he kept the same level of intensity the whole time.
It had to be 5 minutes. It was a long time that he was just talking. And I was trying to be there for it. By the end, I'm like, dude.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah. We wander in the wilderness, man. You got to bring it home.
I don't talk like this every day, Willie. So, yeah. And look, after all this, you know, after Shane Taylor's awesome promo, after Dalton Castle's great performance and his linguistic skills, we get Tony Nese versus Metalik
as the main event.
That's the main event. And it was an okay match, to be honest with you. It was okay, but it was just underwhelming to watch it. Mainly because we want better. Big Bill should have been on this show. Him and Lee Moriarty should have continued as a tag team. Now, if they personally just said, you know, we want to do our own thing like this, fine. But right now, to the viewer's eyes, this crap rests in the booker. They rest in the booker's lap.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to have changes like this, you show a brief little segment so that everyone can understand that it's them making the choice.
Yeah.
You know, hey, man, we had a good run as a tag team, and I know you're ready to go do your own thing and whatnot. You got Brian Cage that you're going to be working with or something like that. So I'm going to be trying to do my own thing. I'll probably get back in the singles or find another group to work with. But you know what? It's been cool. You ever need me, I'm there. And Big Bill could be like, you know what? I feel the same way. They could hug it out or shake hands or something. And Big Bill could give him a spare lollipop. And then yeah. And then there you go. Just show that it is ended or something. And don't be giving us this awesomeness and then be like, no, we just not going to do it anymore.
And I also hate the way they use Tony Nese.
Tony Nese, the guy looks good. He's a really good orator. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give him that. He can wrestle. Mm-hmm. He can pro wrestle.
He can.
His physique, he's like the definition of definition without having definitions. You know?
But they got him teamed up with the stupid lawyer and Ari Daivari.
Who was never there.
Who never wrestles. He'll come out, like he came out in his gear, he didn't wrestle. He'll come out in some pants, oiled up. He don't wrestle. He don't wrestle.
Ari Daivari is the leader of the Trust Busters and second in command to whatever this is. This is stupid.
It's stupid.
This is just
a waste.
Stupid. It's a waste of Tony Nese. Metalik ain't bad. He ain't bad. He not that I could see. I mean, from what we were skipping and then watch the last 2 minutes of the match, Metalik ain't bad, but they hit some big moves that no one should have kicked out of, but still. It was a main event, so it's okay. It's okay to kick out some big moves, main event. You know, you got to put it out there, you know. Metalik, he had a strong foot jab, and then the Michinoku driver too. For the win. Nese loses yet again. And that's your show. Tony Nese, the premier athlete, part of whatever this varsity group is, and he just loses. $1 million body, I would say $900,000 voice, you know, and treat it like he's only 15 cents.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's just stupid. That's our review of the show, everyone. We hope you like what you can. I mean, we're working with what they give us. You know, if I'd like to be a little more glowing, flowery, and whatnot. But they're not giving us anything to work with. So we're doing our best, all right? We are. So with that, this has been Sedrik and Sidra for CRWC Wrestling commentary on All Elite Wrestling's Ring of Honor event. And with that, y'all be chill, be good, be safe. We'll see you next time.